For anyone watching this on these tail end of these conversations, thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Jordan, metrics. Can you just run me through your question again?
Yeah. I'm only like 2 weeks into actually doing this seriously for the first time in like 3 years. Okay. And I'm just curious to know whether I'm on the right track, besides just knowing like from strategy calls and paid clients, which I've had one. So that was good, but not a lot of strategy calls beyond that. Okay. How do I know if I'm on the right track?
Yep. Can you possibly squeeze in more each day? Social media wise, action taking.
Yes.
There's your answer. That's the only metric we can control. We need a big enough sample size to be able to track strategy calls and sales and stuff like that. But I get it. You answered your question before as well. 2 weeks into it, it's only a few bowls of rice. Eat more. It's the only thing you can look at. All a sumo looks at is, have I eaten enough?
So if I go crazy for like a month, 2 months, is that when I should start worrying if I'm not seeing more concrete results?
60 to 90 days. And I've said that from the start. It's in the course. You have to give it a minimum of 90 days. But I get it, guys. We freak out. I get it 100%. And it's frustrating. We have a bad concept of time. Who walks on a treadmill or goes on a treadmill? You notice when you're really, really tired, you've got nothing to listen to, nothing to watch. 5 minutes seems like 3 years. It's a bad concept of time. It's the same thing with business. We say, but Scott, I posted once a month. Why didn't I get clients? Okay, bad conclusion. All I know is each day, can I fit in more? Over time, metrics will tell me, but I have to give it time, cause and effect. There has to be enough time that lets me know that the sample size is big enough and there's enough people that have seen my stuff. One video won't cut it. One post won't cut it. One stupid quote with a photo of you just fishing for compliments will not cut it. Doesn't work. One stupid post about have the best year in 2024, buy my course, will not cut it. Sumo, that's the only thing you can look at. How much more can you eat per day? God, that analogy is fantastic. I love it. Does that help, Jordan? Now, at the end of the 90 days, there's a different conversation. Scott, I've got no strategy calls in 90 days, only one client. Fuck the niche off, let's try something else. And it's going to be frustrating. Or I'm hoping the conversation we had is, I've had 30 calls, but I've only closed 15. And out of that, I got 10 clients. Then you and me can sit down and look at the maths. I can listen to your calls if you record them. And I can say, don't say that, say that. After this, you should have done this. We can look at that. But 2 weeks, not nearly long enough. That's like going to the gym in 2 weeks and wondering why you're not bench pressing 300 kilos when you've just started and can hardly even lift the bar. Not long enough. You've got to be patient. Does that make sense, Jordan?
Yeah. And in a way, take some pressure off to just know I'm committing to this for 90 days and we'll see where I'm at then.
That's the best thing you can do. And if you do that, you'll win every single time. Will it be in this niche? I don't know. But the fact you're committed to making it work, that's all you can do. I talked about this in the trainers group. I think I talked about this in the 7-figure course as well. I had courses where the first course I did, was it 7 people showed up? 3 or 4 people still owe me money. That's how bad I was in the sales stuff. And it sucked. Then the next one sucked. And the next one, I showed you photos of how many people showed up. I did free course, meetups. Everyone remember meetups? Remember when they were a big thing? I did that too. Monthly, we're doing that over and over and over. And if I look back, it was like 2 or 3 years of frustration to now I sit back and laugh because the people I asked for help with back then are now asking me for help. The only thing I did differently is I stuck at it. Okay?
Hey, Williams.
Oops. I stuck at it. And that's all you can do. Just commit to it. Has to work eventually. Does that make sense, Jordan?
It does, yes. Thank you.
You also as well have to realize that, if I need to change the niche, it's frustrating, but Elon Musk didn't work with his first electric car. The thing blew up, but he kept going. Makes sense? Did everyone see the news article? There's a company that has now outdone Tesla, BYD, Build Your Dreams, are set to outdo Tesla and grow their company 60 to 70 times bigger than Tesla ever was. Man, I told you someone will come along and do something better, just like it will happen for us as well. But that's just a side note. Fritz, go for it.
So for the niches to avoid, what if they're tied to specific professions that are underrepresented? Would you still go
Yeah,
for
you can
those?
always give it a go. Yeah. The one thing to look for with the Blue Ocean guys is I don't even know if he's in this course, and I think he's changed career altogether. Giuseppe. Giuseppe was in, what was the niche? I always forget the name of this, where people feel like they don't really exist in the world. Can't remember what they call that. But anyway,
It was some sort of disorder. It
yeah,
was
disassociation.
non-personal, yeah,
Yeah,
something like that, yeah.
dissociation. Yeah. And I talked to him about it. I said, man, I've never heard of it. And he said, Scott, like, there's no literature on this stuff. There's only one doctor online on Google, and he has a small PDF that doesn't explain anything. What do you think happened when Giuseppe went into it and created all this content? I think he went from like 0 to 20 grand a month in the first couple of months. He stuck with anxiety for about 2 years, and I kept telling him, get out of it, get out of it. But I don't know if he's doing it now. But he created the literature. He created the only videos, and clients were swarming in. So another way to tell if there's something's really red ocean, is there a lot of literature? Are gurus talking about this stuff a lot? Because if they are, unless you've got millions and millions of dollars of budget for Facebook ads, it's going to be very tough to beat them too, unless you have something so radical. Let's look at the weight loss industry. When carnivore diet and keto diet came out, that changed everything. Now it's mainstream. There's new stuff out now. But that changed mainstream of vegetables, fiber, and all that stuff, low protein. Here they come along saying, no, medium protein, high fat, no fiber, because fiber stops the body from digesting nutrients and actually hurts the stomach. And they prove this stuff with studies, content, visual aids, all that stuff. And then before long, keto and carnivore. Has anyone seen that carnivore diet? Just eat meat, nut meat, and salt. Revolutionary, but it goes against everything else. It's mainstream now. When that first came out, those people got rich, and it works. It's got some good studies. Does that make sense? So any way to disrupt a really red ocean is, let's say Jackie comes along and says, I don't care how long you've had anxiety for, I can literally poke you on the nose and your anxiety will go away completely, 100% guaranteed. If she figures that out, billionaire. As long as she can prove it, billionaire. As long as she does sumo, billionaire. Elon Musk did the same thing. Does that make sense? But people take the red ocean approach and say, Scott, I've differentiated my business because my business has a different name and my business cards look different. Oh boy, you've stuffed that up already. Okay, we talk about in the 7-figure thinking. How can you create something different? People ask, Scott, I want to start an NLP company or training company. It can be very hard if you're just teaching the same stuff as everybody else. Doesn't matter what you know, what your certifications are, who you were trained by, people don't care. You could sumo your way into it and it'll probably work. But if you have something different, radically different, plus sumo, you'd be the fattest person in the world with the most amount of muscle mass. Is anyone getting hungry? I'm really hungry right now. Jan,